Hi, Cindy Cross here from the Post and Rail, and I want to share with you today how to make scones, and I mean how to make scones like a boss. When I first tried making scones, I tried every recipe under the sun, and I've made rock cakes, I've made doorstops, I've made weapons that you could throw at people and would really hurt, but not that high fluffy scone that I was trying to do. And then I figured out there is two things that give you success as a scone. One of them I'm going to show you straight away, and that is your oven heat. Piping, flaming hot. That's what you need it at. The highest temperature it possibly can be on your oven. Unless you've got a really flash oven, but mine is at 220. And you can see mine's just a 60 centimetre oven. Normally they come 90 centimetres now. I do miss my big one from my last place, but this little one is also really good. The thing is, get it up on its highest heat. If you've got fan force, use that. If you haven't, put a couple of ice cubes in a baking tray in the bottom of your oven at the start if you've got an old convection oven, or if you've got an oven with hot spots or you often burn on the bottom, and that will take care of all your baking needs, that one. If you just put a baking tray, obviously the sides, a couple of ice cubes, the steam that creates while the oven is at piping hot will actually stop your hot spots in the oven. And that's not just for scones, but that's just in general. So, piping hot oven, okay? The other trick, and this is for any recipe, but the one I'm going to show you today is a 2-ingredient recipe, and I find it's the best because it's the one I've got most ingredients around the house. But you can do this with lemonade scones. You can do this with the butter and then rub it with the fingertips if you've got all day for that sort of business scone recipe. I can do it in my mixer as well, which is also against the old-fashioned rules of not mixing it very much. I'm also not going to mix it very much, but this is a 2-ingredient scone. I don't measure, so I don't even know how much flour I've put in here. All I know is I'm not going to add it all, because this is a quantities recipe. So I'm going to add some flour, self-raising flour, very important. 2 ingredients, self-raising flour and a certain amount of cream. So I'm just going to drizzle that in to start. Then I'm going to put it on the mixer. So I'm going to move you over in a minute and you're going to see me mixing it. And then I'll either add cream or flour to make it the right consistency. And I just want it to come together. So the beaters I've got on my mixer is a flat glaze. So obviously I'm not going to whisk it like cream, and it's not dough as such, it's just a flat glaze. I just want to bring it together. So this is just on the lowest speed, and I'm just going to do it till it comes together, and I'll see if I need to add more of something. A little bit more cream. That's it. I'll just finish bringing it together. That. All right. This is quite a crumbly, it's come together as a dough. You saw how briefly I mixed it. So what I'm going to do now on a floured surface is press it out. Then I'm going to show you the number 2 tip of what gives you the best scone ever. And I'm talking about the high-sided, fluffy scone. First tip was the hottest oven you can get in your oven, which is about 220, 230 degrees in mine. And I've got that preheating behind me. All right, so I just like to do this around the edges just to bring the crumbly bits in. I'm gonna have a couple of goes at this anyway. So this is the number 2 tip, okay? A sharp cutter, one that's being dipped in flour. That is a rim of, that is some sort of thin metal. It's like a cookie cutter or a specific scone cutter. Don't use a glass. If you want to make square scones, you can use a sharp knife. But the idea is not to press down. We actually want to sharply cut. There's no twisting, okay? A sharp cut. One that digs straight into the scone dough, and you pull it straight back out. You don't twist it, and you dip it in flour to start with so it will go down or go up and cut it. So that's about an inch high. Straight down. Just give it a wiggle so you're taking it out, and then push it straight back up. Now what I've got there, and I'm going to bring it right up, what I've got there is a very sharply cut scone. Look at that. There's no twist in that. Now if you'd have done that with a glass, you'd have ended up smudging that top bit down. And see this here, this sharp edge, this lovely sharp cut that I've managed to get here, means that when it hits that stinking hot oven, okay, the steam is going to be created really quickly from the cream that we used. So the fat that's in here will turn to steam really quickly, and because of the sharp side, up she goes. And that's the secret. It's going to work the same for a lemonade scone. It's going to work the same for butter and milk scone, or a buttermilk scone. Basically, whatever fat is in this flour is going to be turned into steam really quickly and leavened upwards. Plus it's self-raising flour as well. So if that oven's stinking hot and there's a fat in here, up she goes, if you've got that sharp cut. But if you've got a glass, which is a rounded edge, you'll have missed the chance. Okay, so, and I re-dip back in there, give it a wiggle, sharp cut again, that's beautiful. And the other good thing about this recipe, which is the 2 ingredient scone recipe, is you don't have to measure. So tip in your self-raising flour and have the right amount of cream. Or say you haven't got much cream, start with the cream and then tip in the self-raising flour till you get the right consistency. So I've just smooched those sides together, turned them over, and I'm re-flattening. Go again. This is the easiest way to make scones, and you can use your machine, you can do it with a knife, you can turn it with a knife if you want to and mix it in a bowl, doesn't matter. None of it matters, the only thing that matters is the hot oven and the sharp edge. Now, why did I say you can use a knife? That's if you want to make square scones. So I'm going to get 7, oh no, I know I'm going to get 8 out of this one. Just give it another go, it doesn't know it yet, but it's going to be 8. I'm going to have a slightly flatter one here. There's that sharp cut. Alright. To get flour off your hands, to get the sticky dough, you do a flour rub. I'm going to put it in the oven because I know the oven is stinking hot. And in approximately 10 to 12 minutes. Now, like the measurement of flour and cream is different with flours are different, humidity makes it take different amounts of moisture. Ovens are different too. Your oven's going to be different to my oven, which will be different to someone else's oven. Maybe it's a new one, maybe it's a wood-fired oven. They're all different. So the main thing is get it screaming hot, approximately 10 to 12 minutes, and you can check it and see. Now how I know it's done is at the moment this feels really heavy and dense. When they're done, they'll be a golden brown colour and they will also feel light. Hard to say, but it will actually feel light. I'm going to pop them in the oven now. Up the top. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes and the house smells great already. And I reckon it's ready, so I'm going to pull it out and let's see. Oh yes! Yes! Here you go. Look at my scones. Alright, so the colour is pretty good. So that's a good sign. But when I lift it, this is the bit that you can tell. That's really light. It does not feel doughy at all. And see that ugly last one I did? That's the cook's one. I always eat the last one. So that's the ugly one of the last bits pressed together. But you can see, look at this. I'm going to bring it up, but it's bloody hot. Look at this high-sided, fluffy scone. A little bit brown on top, perfect bottom. Hello to really had eaten mess version of scones there for a minute. But that is amazing. Look at that, and it's even ready to pull apart in half. That has been the easiest thing. So 2 ingredients, self-raising flour and cream, and then 2 tips, stinking hot oven, sharp-sided cutter, and you get this lovely, this is what I'm talking about. So, and they are all basically brilliant. And you can see by the time I smush them together, this is a bit of an ugly one, but still you get away with that. That's very ugly and I probably wouldn't put that on a display plate. That's okay because I'm going to eat it. Now there's times when you need coffee, but this is one of those cup of tea times. Oh, and it's still warm from the oven. I think I might. I should take the ugly one. I'm going to take the biggest one because that's some homemade raspberry jam. Don't mind if I do. Some cream. Oops, that was a lot. No, let's see if I can't get this on. So good. Surprisingly light. Shouldn't talk with your mouth full.